Zay Dollar. We in the building. Another beautiful morning. Nipply. It be nipply in the mornings. Yeah, peep that view, y'all. And yeah, VR is fun as hell. Remember that. What up, folk? How y'all doing? I'm just gonna smoke this little Elski. And yeah, man. Just get ready for this. You know how it go. Mm. Christy, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Was popping. How you doing? Christy in the building. What up? Let me just marinate this out. You know how that go. Morning sesh. You know what I mean? There's a few things to talk about. God damn, them Epstein files is wildin'. Everybody naming them shits. My name is names. My name is in it. Nigga, everybody's name is in it. Like these niggas was going to his island with they speedos on, dingling, swinging, acting crazy with young people. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And these were million billionaires. Like your game is that salty you couldn't pay. Like I don't understand. I do believe it's like a ritualistic like energy ciphering. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are thinking like, oh, more sexual indications or something, invitations, whatever that word is. But I think the world is thinking, yeah, just sex. But I think it was that with a mix of, you know, like I said, satanic, ritualistic, just consuming. Yo, since culturally, I'm talking about centuries. We're talking about thousands of years. Cultures have been, killing babies for their energy. You know what I'm saying? Cutting head, doing wild shit. Ulysses in the building. Welcome back, you. Yeah. But that's a fact, Christy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I told you I was gonna go on 6, 7 minutes. Okay. So let me just tell you guys. I wake up in the morning, 6 something, get ready, drive my wife to work. She gets ready. She does the little girly stuff, and I go pick up breakfast for her. I bring it back, make sure she gets to eat good. You know what I mean? We usually do McDonald's. Let's be real, but still costs. And yeah. What up, you? How you doing, man? VR is fire, man. Random VR is lit. Of course, you. Let me tell you, a lot of people um do this in a sense of to get paid and work. I'm doing it like hopefully in 20, 40 years, somebody compiles a documentary of all of my videos and just come to the point where that kid was right. You know what I'm saying? He was saying a lot of good shit. He was a loving person. That's the thing. Who knows 20, 30 years from now if there will be love. You know what I'm trying to say? We'll just probably be robots bumping into people, just work, work, go do this, do that. Really robotic, nigga. We're the AI. We are the robots. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, always appreciate you, Christy, and you. You know what I'm saying? Your energy, your time, your support makes me be Zay. You know what I mean? Not in a sense of I'm not me, but in a sense of I enjoy this. I wake up in the morning and I get ready. This is the gear I wear when I drop her off, and then I come on here and talk my shit. You know what I mean? But if you guys know Zay Dollar, random, 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 you know that my energy is always hype, always happy, always vibing, always on some like, I might have a little one day or two, but that's human nature. But I'm very consistent with my energy. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate and always Christy. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, man. And I find the timing of the release very, very suspicious, let's just say. You know what I mean? Because I said 2026. I look up like this. I look, this is what I do, y'all. I go on the movies, I look at games, I look at things that what distracting measures are they taking in this year to prevent us from, gaining steam or, protesting or getting together. You know what I mean? Think about it like this. I I don't talk ICE, I don't talk immigrants, I don't talk like that because it's a very, 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 very thin line on your opinion. You know what I'm saying? You could say, you know, look, these are facts. In France, in 19 something, they allowed immigrants to come into France, right? It literally tanked their economy. It did the reverse. Because a lot of times what happens is the people that do immigrate or migrate towards different countries are usually the bad. That's what Australia was, if you guys want to be real. They were sending prisoners, they were sending all the bad folk to Australia. Yeah, just send them the fuck over there. You know what I mean? But if I know history, obviously it repeats itself, and these motherfuckers don't have brighter ideas. They don't have nothing is fresh under the sun, let's just say. You know what I mean? No, 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 no. Ulysses, pop, do what you do, pop. You know what I mean? I still got Christy's always here. I got Nene. I got my wife, my son. So I got like a good crowd of people that always come through, and you're always missed. You know what I'm saying? We know when you come in the building. Let's just say, but I appreciate you. Never feel any type of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm a human being, and I'm a very understanding human being. That's one thing that I wish people, get to the like, oh shit, this kid is really, this man is really like, just a cool motherfucker. A lot of people shake, you know what I mean? They shake their personalities. Like, I heard Mr. Beast on camera. Hey, how's it going? You want to win $1 million? Let's get cut. Yo, you motherfuckers is crazy, man. I'm a Jason. What up, Bert? I know Jason, man. How you doing? You know how I do. I stop my fucking combo in mid joint just to say what up to everybody. Christy, you, and now Jay in the building. What up? Stay strong. Stay with the heart. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit beat. And never forget, you know what I'm saying? Life is what you make it, nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they have obstacles that really will obstruct and, fuck up your movement, your motion, but just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fuck with your shit. And if you know like the 48 laws of power, one of them joints, ignoring, ignoring pisses people off. I've been in situations where I'm just igging niggas. And I know, you know what I'm saying, they wilding, they trying to get my attention. Igging, just keeping it. And it makes them madder. It makes them more, how come I can't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of folk just want to, get the best of you. And don't let that happen, everybody. Here's a heart for y'all. You heard? Zay Dollar Random. We be talking our shit. We outside all the time. Thank you for rocking with my journey. I'm gonna post more videos. You know what I mean? I did a little shopping joint. I got a video of a little cool little, otter, whatever that creature is, a beaver. Thanks for the. That's a fact. And that's another one, man. I got people like Christy. Let's just give her flowers that are just, down to earth. I never met her in person, but I feel like she's just down to earth. She's one of them, not regular chicks. She's different in her own swag. And great minds think alike, let's just say, you know what I mean? Fan bow! Happy belated born day, man. Happy, the big 4-9. I don't know if it's 4-9 or the big 5-0, but happy birthday, belated, many more. Yogi in the fucking building. Yeah, Yogi. Jason in the building. Ulysses in the building. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, we outside. And y'all matching the thumb work. I appreciate that. You heard? That's love right there, man. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, man, happy V Day. Happy belated V Day to everybody. Remember, V Day used to be the expression of love, the showing. It's how you, showed it to your partner, your mother, or your friends. It's nothing wrong saying, yo, I called my nigga word the mother. I called my boy and FaceTime him, right? The first things I swear to God, both of us said, "Yo, happy Valentine's Day, B." You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? With no, Momo tendencies going on. It's just me and my boy. I known him for like 20 plus years. I love him to death. I love his soul. And we've been through some of the craziest things ever, but we're alive together. We've been through the craziest things forever. But we're alive together. You heard? God bless everybody on another blessed day. That's a fact, fan bow. God bless you too, man. And let's talk about it. 49. See, I do. I'm on mine. I'm on mine, Pai. I appreciate you, Pa. And yeah, happy born day, man. Remember, when I was younger, the age up meant wisdom. It meant, yo, that guy been through some shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing we take away from like these kids. They be, and it's funny because they were like, 1 minute is, yo, you a uncle. I'm a YN, right? You a one. And then as soon as 5, 10 years, you know how time go? Yo, like, nigga, you was just, what happened to the YN, nigga? But that's what time does, everybody. It tick, tick, tick. Father of time is brutal. You know what I mean? But it's how you reside on this earth. It's how you make your time worth while, man. Yo, I could go back and every day I was doing something fun, doing something ill, meeting somebody, networking, like continuously. Yes, I had my days where I'm up in the crib gaming. You know what I'm saying? You go through these weird depressed spells. You know what I mean? But I always kept fighting. I always kept, stirring the pot, making sure, I stay in the mix and understand what's going on culturally. And I can't do anything more but just thank you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with the kid. It's Zay Dollar One. And you want to know where the Zay came from? So back in 1997, all right, I was big seeing it. I was chilling with a lot of Crip niggas. You know what I mean? Let's just say that. You know what I mean? And one of he's a general. You know what I mean? They call him Gutter, C Gutter, but there was another Gutter too. You know what I'm saying? It was a big Crip Gutter. But long story short, we drinking and shit. And my name, look, JOSC, let's just say, right? So the nigga goes, "Yeah, what up, Zay? Yo, what up, Zay Zay?" He used to call me Zay Zay. The nigga was like, "Yo, what up, Zay Zay?" This is 97, before all the Zay dollars, all the other. Yo, my nigga, my name was Zay Zay for about 21 years, 20 years. That's a fact. My generation is a big, this generation is a wine. That's a fact. That's a factory fan bow. I wonder why dire wolves were so big. Yo, remember, people, we also got to go back. That's a great one, man. But so my shit was Zay Zay. It went from Zayday, Zayday. What up, Zay Dollar? Because I used to get the dollars. Then it went to Zay Davis, aka Slap. There was a Shay Davis, aka Punch. So they call me, you know what I mean? So it's cool, man. My joint thumb. But now I'm Zay Dollar. You heard, back to the dollar. You know what I mean? I like Zay Zay a lot. But yo, back to the dire wolves, Jason. Let me tell you, there was something about Earth, right? There was a lot of oxygen production. So with a lot of oxygen, it produced bigger creatures, bigger trees. Everything was just big back then. You heard? But long story, man. Those dire wolves needed to survive, man. They were in climates. A lot of people don't understand. We be thinking it's gonna get hot, hot. No, it's gonna get cold, cold. That's what happens when weather fucks over. It gets cold. Ice age. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of cultures we find out that there's a lot of cities underground. As soon as it got cold, motherfuckers went underground, started building. Da 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 da. We got used to eating various different, you know what I'm saying, creatures, insects. But long story short, the dire wolf, man, what a beautiful thing. And they brought them back, Jason. They brought the dire wolves back. DNA from a tooth, a tooth. They were able to and brought back dire wolves. Nigga, the puppies were like this. The puppies look like pit bulls, grown already. Their paws are huge. Look up dire wolves, y'all, please. And we got the woolly mammoth coming back. You heard? And they said the woolly mammoth, it shits, and the way it grazes is gonna help a lot of plant life and shit get back in order. Yo, what's up, big homie? Yo, war and order in the fucking crib, my nigga. What up, war? Ah, nigga. Yeah, baby. Yo, happy belated V Day, you heard? Hope you and the family stay blessed. Y'all know how I get excited with all of y'all, you heard? Fan Bow, Ulysses, Christy, Jason in the building. Now, war and order. But word, man, salute to you. I hope you and everybody stays blessed. You know what I mean? That's all I could do from my heart to yours. But I appreciate everybody, my thumb work matching. And I think I'm one of the most blessed content creators out there because I got a fan base that are grown. And even if you're not, y'all just on my level, man. There's no, yeah, this, we got trolling, we got jokes, you know what I'm saying? And how do I don't wild out. I got a very thick skin, you know what I'm saying? I understand this internet business. But I can't wait to the day to take all of you guys with me. And when I blow up, I promise, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do right by everybody. And I never would ask for bread. I would never ask, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being me and just sharing what I feel like is like, things that we all know but needs to be said. So thank you for rocking with me. You know what I mean? We definitely is going up. Yeah, Chris, what the fuck? Yeah, Chris. And yo, peep the plant life. So last time I showed you guys, one of my bulbs popped up. Now we got two of them bad boys. No, three. Look at how gorgeous they came out. This guy sprouted three little things. This little tiny little guy, we got the aloe, we got the cactus, and then look, and then so when I was younger, they used to say put like old vegetables, old, peels, anything into. It's just it grows. Everything is together, man. Everything really is, man. We going up. I appreciate y'all, man. Fucking war and order, man. I appreciate you, dog. Like I said, man, it's nothing better than having people come in and show they love. And I appreciate you guys' support. I always say this, you know what I mean? Because I'm really one of them genuine happy motherfuckers. Ain't no act. I shut the shit off. My baby girl tell you this nigga's the same way. You heard? It's fun living with Zay. Let's just say, you know what I mean. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Life is short, but it's short in the aspect like 100 years is a blink in the universe's totality. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, woolly mammoths, random. Let's bring back the mammoth. Can we? I want to be 70 years old on top of a. Like what? Imagine. Like we dying for Jurassic Park, aren't we? And then you know how humans do. We're so far into it. A motherfucker do T Rex or Velociraptors, and it's over. Now we gotta, all our doors are made out of metal and shit. Yo, those plants are nice, man. I like that. Yeah, man. War. I'm trying to get my green thumb popping. You know what I mean? I want to start sharing or telling people to start growing. If you have a little piece of property, look, it's not even dirt. But if you have property where you're able to throw some potatoes, throw some tomatoes, throw some, if a potato to patata, you know what I mean? So just grow, man. Get that green thumb going. And there's something. Look, when I was younger, they used to have us grow plants, take it home, and then in like a couple of months come back to school and see how your plant grown. But I always felt like when you're able to grow something, there's a connection. I talk to these guys every day. Two out of the six got names. We got Gooba and we got Satamo, the big one. But yeah, man, I just like I'm different, man. I like my line was always like this. Now I think I feel like I'm high, but I evened out. Meaning like I don't do the street shit no more. I don't salute. I don't, throw up. I just, I'm finally. I feel like let's just say I'm happy. So that's one of the biggest things I want you guys to be is happy. You know what I mean? Yes, all our situations may differ. Yes, all of us are from different ethnicities and different parts of this planet or world or country. But I just want everybody to like, see our your own potential. One of the biggest things I did was love myself first, and then everything else came. I promise you guys, I love myself to death, even with this big nostril game. You hurt? But what up, everybody? They are just going to go extinct again because heat. That's a fact, Jay. That's a fact. Everything's a cycle. Fucking para, nigga. What am I face, nigga? Yo, what up, Fada? How you doing, man? Stay blessed. 2026 is our year. Remember that, everybody. I'm up to like 314, 340. Like, I'm about to hit 500 and just keep my persistence, consistence, and we all going to get there. But what up, Fada? You know what I mean? I love the dialogue between War, Bada, Jason, you know what I'm saying, Ulysses, everybody. And that's a cool thing. Like if you go to my videos, I always had a one-on-one with one of you guys, with either Christy, with Jason. Of course, now Warren, even Warren Order last time you know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that I remember you guys. You guys have amazing names, you know what I mean? That they just stick out, you know what I mean? So shout out to y'all. And yeah, man, we doing good, Bada. I'm live. It's the AM. It's about, let me just be correct. It's 8:42 AM. I'm in the West Coast. And I'm just chilling. We got Detroit in the building. We got every somewhere for somewhere, you know what I mean? But and I love when we dialogue. Like, yo, but Jay, random, that's a fact, man. Heat is a big factor. That's why we always have this, like, what's going on in Antarctica or Alaska? Like, what type of, you know what I mean? Because there is a lot of snow on this earth, ladies and gentlemen, but they're melting, making the waters rise. So, and these stupid motherfuckers want to keep making data plans. Stop it, man. And I don't like that we can't stop anything. Like, money rules all on this fucking earth. And it's always the corny niggas that get it. Like, why is it like that? Yo, Elon took off his shirt. The nigga looked like a creature, like a sea urchin. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I never seen pale like that in my life. I don't even think there's a color for that nigga skin. Y'all say dollar in and we outside, nigga. Sorry, starting to hate smoking in front of y'all. But yeah, man, the world's a tricky place. It's a weird place now. And they making it difficult. I feel like everything's gonna be subscription. I'm gonna need a subscription for these underwears. If you take a piss by mistake, they're gonna charge you. If you little shit stain, $80. Like they wildin', nigga. Subscriptions for everything, nigga. I'm on my joking phase, you heard? It's a great morning. But ain't Donald Trump a motherfucker? Ain't Donald Trump a motherfucker? The things he says to reporters, the things he does in life, going and snatching dictators out of their damn house. It's like, yo, let that happen over here and you know what I'm saying, World War 35 and shit. But yeah, man. Oh, look at the hair. The growth is looking diabolical, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, nigga. This is the morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a comb and shit. Remember when, yo, this is a New York thing, but like I'm a seven and a 1/4. This is no, I'm a seven and like 3/8, right? This is 1/4, nigga. Look at it. Wait, is Christy going somewhere? She said something? No, 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 no. She's like, let's go, meaning it's an expression, it's a term of endearment. It's like basically saying, how you doing? What's up? And let's do this together. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's the greatest response ever, Christy Jordan, nigga. That's a fact, baby. You know what I mean? But and that's like old school energy, man. Just like knowing who you are, knowing your worth. It's a beautiful thing, man. And it's sad that a lot of us don't know our worth now. You know what I mean? We let other people down us. We let even our parents belittle us. It's not fair. It's not right. But it is what it is, man. One of the best things you could do is ignore and stay in your own shell. And I promise you, people gonna hate, but you also want to get positive feedback from good people. That's why we connect. Understand? It's like a magnet. It's a force. You know what I mean? Random. If you guys don't know, laws of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you are on this earth, you're always going to meet the same group of folk. If you're a criminal, you're going to meet criminal motherfuckers. If you're a good person, you meet good. Yes, time to time you get, smashed with, the opposite, but it is what it is, man. World's a big place, and I don't want people to play around with this world no more, man. We got to take things serious. Yeah, like we got our joking, we got our laughter, but they making it wild for us, man. And I don't like it. You know what I mean? I do not like it because if I wasn't with my wife, I don't know what I would be doing to survive. You know what I'm saying? She is one. She a unicorn. You heard? And we got unicorns out there. I already know we do. Stepping back from the world and observing everything gives you a clear picture of everything. Swag in the fucking building, nigga. I need to clip that. Hold on. I needs to clip that. That is fire. All right. So random making the building. Yo, Mick, you said one of the most important things that I need everybody to do and follow those steps and not in that order, but just follow and observing where you are at all times is one of the key features of survival. Knowing, understanding, feeling vibes. We know we get them gut feelings, but then we go up top and listen to this geek, and the nigga tells us stay, and then there's a shootout. I know, Pada. I know, Pada. Pada's out of here, man. Don't worry. That just means get your passport up, Pada. Gotta go. But yo, shout out to y'all, making me laugh, making me have fun. It's a great time, man. I had a great Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm gonna say. I don't like people TMIing, but she was out the door by waiting. You heard? Waiting for that limo to pick her up. Remember, like, yo, let me just tell you, there was such a I know a lot of women be like, you're trying hard or whatever, but there was an art of like, treating women with like this honor and respect, almost like the goddess tip that Romans used to rock with. That's why I love Roman and Viking lore, or let's just say their time, because their era was about respect. Look, a Viking will put an axe through somebody, a priest head, take his gold, pillage, fire, whatever, but then go home and go, "Milady, I brought you back the jewels." Like what? Like the a baboon. Favorite animal. Favorite animal. I'm gonna go cat, man. I know it's not like I go bobcat, I go various species, but the cat is one of the most intriguing fucking animals to me. I feel like every time I look in their eyes, they're thinking more than they are. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they know more than remember. Okay, not remember, but random. A lot of things are passed via DNA. You guys know that, right? You out of here, Jason? I don't know what that means, but if you out of here, have a great one. Don't worry, my numbers fluctuate, but I know I still got Christy in here. I got everybody. You know what I'm saying? They do, right? Yo, I remember this one movie. Like like the commercial showed the cat taking your soul. It looked like, but in actuality, it was these little trolls, and the cat was like trying to save you. But cats got a bad rap. Like they used to make a bunch of movies with cats just killing and doing wild shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like, look, random. This is a real story. Cat lady had a bunch of cats. She dies, and when the cops finally do come, the cats are like eating, living, surviving. You know what I'm saying? But animals are animals, and I dig it. But yeah, Jay, I think I'm gonna go with cat, man. Everybody, what's your favorite animal if you want to chime in? But shout out Pada, shout out everybody, you know what I'm saying? Rocking with the kid. I appreciate your time, your support. We talking our shit. We having a great one. But yeah, man, back to that random shit, man. Women used to be goddesses, dogs. Let me tell you that. They used to hold supreme power. Let's just break down various cultures. Queen Elizabeth, regardless of her race, a lot of people say she was black, a lot of people white, whatever it is. But America, para. But there was this cool factor about women, man. Remember, they're birth givers, and back then, birth was seen as, remember, they didn't know how to stop bleeding, so a lot of women would die at birth. So it was almost like they fought for that kid. You know what I'm saying? That's why when the kid was, they remember kids used to be like, my son. You know what I mean? Like, I can't wait for you to, or my daughter, my princess, you shall. You know what I mean? But Egyptian believed cats were good luck and protected the house. That's a fact, Mick. I got a video. Yo, Mick, subscribe to my joint, man. I'm a sub to you too, man. Uh, long story short, I got videos on my shit about cats and the eyes and just the meaning of. All right, this is out. I'm just fishing for nothing. But yeah, man. Did I just dirt? Nah, that shit been there. But yeah, um, that's another fucking culture I liked or I loved or I just like dug was the Egyptians, man. These brilliant, humans were able to build, construct. Remember, we still are in La La Land when cause like where the stones were located to the distance of where the pyramids are built, it's like how whoa, if there were no trucks, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like the Nile or the Euphrates, they had a lot of rivers running through Egypt. And I feel like it was more. Remember, Egypt and a lot of the African lands that are like desert like now used to be filled in glorious, what I'm saying, greenery, like forestry, jungle like, you know what I mean? That's why a lot of the Egyptians they would they had the creatures were like, lions and what I'm saying, monkeys and cats obviously, and so a lot of wild creatures were roaming, what I'm saying, the plateau of the Egyptian lands. But Egyptian always like the fact that we find out that they might have had electricity, that what I'm saying, the construction of the buildings, what were the pyramids really used for? A lot of people think that they were energy sources. So almost like what they call them, whatever, like the plants, whatever. I don't know. Don't smoke, y'all. But yeah, man, they just think that they produced energy. So it's wild, man. And if you don't know, the pyramids used to be glass, like a reflecting, and then the top was like a piece of gold or some type of amazing, gem or some shit. But yeah, man, Egyptian culture, y'all follow them, them, what I'm saying, just follow, just read. I even feel like I say, one of my favorite are Vikings. Norse mythology was awesome. Thor, Odin, Loki, you know what I mean? And each of them had a message and a way to go about life, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It was wild. Like just imagine you're laying in your bed and it starts thunder and lightning, and now you're like doors are. You know what I mean? Like they really believed in these things, and I love it. And brass and gold are great conductors. Yo, Mick, please subscribe, please, Mick, please, my Jeezy. We need to dialogue. I want to start eventually when I get my OBS going and multi streaming. I want to allow us to physically, I mean, to like show FaceTime basically somehow, you know what I mean? But I definitely want to do dialogue with outsiders and start doing like interviews or just talking, you know what I mean? Yo, the battery shit is insane, Mick. Yo, first of all, if you guys don't know, elements, I always tell you guys in all my videos, the periodic table was one of the most important pieces of paper ever, right? It shows you various elements and how they interact with each other. You know what I mean? And the conductive part is amazing. That brass, gold, um, copper, there's various metals in this earth. They even found out, like, that's why, they got those things for the older people, like the ring or something that it helps with your blood movement. Yo, they knew a lot of stuff, y'all. Alchemy is one of my favorite, you know what I mean, things on just to research or just look into. But it's just how different metals or different elements interact with each other is wild. You know what I mean? Like you could literally make a bomb out of a potato, or you know what I mean, because of the various, you know, you know, I don't know, ingredients, elements that are going on in each, item. It's just wild, my peoples. It really is. I love shit like that. But that's a fact, Mick. You know what I mean? They 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 had this. All right, so there was a liquid. They said it was very acidic, citric base, right? So it could have been oranges, could have been whatever it was. But they had these two brass, you know, pieces going into the like it looked like like an egg. It was weird, man. And when the metal would hit the liquid would produce, or I'm saying, somehow. Remember, there's electricity going everywhere. We have electricity going through us. All right, random. When you guys die, what are the first things they do? Clear. They hit you with what? Electricity to try to bring you back. You know what I mean? So electricity is very, very important. You know what I mean? That's why when somebody gets struck by lightning and survive, we're very intrigued as to, besides the burning that probably goes on, but how did you survive that? You know what I mean? What you think is the best culture in the world? The best culture. If we're gonna go back in the days, I want to, like I say, I like Viking, Egyptians, maybe Sumerian, because they were like even further back. But now I think culturally, man, I had a bond to like Asian. I don't know. Like, look, this is 1990. I'm a little boy, right? I had a Philippine best friend. I go to his crib, and they go take off your sneakers at the door, and that blew my mind. Not because it's like they don't want to get the dirt from underneath your sneakers, that too, but they say energy. A lot of things carry energy with it. You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the start of my, oh shit, energy. Even though if you can't see it, something has energy. A tree has energy. A rock has energy. You know what I mean? And now they're figuring out that crystals could store, trillions of gigabytes of just information. But imagine if you could talk to a tree. Imagine if you could grab a rock and the rock is like, yo, I've been here for a while and I seen, heard, what I mean, meteorites flying through the skies. Like, our planet was very active back in the days. That's why they do have stories of the Great Flood and, various, a lot of cultures, even the Indians used to say there was great wars in the sky. You know what I mean? So I don't know what was happening back in the days, but I do tell you guys this: they were not wasting ink. They were not wasting chiseling onto a stone. That wasn't happening. There was no fiction. There was not I'm joking. There was not what if the next culture is going to believe in this? You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, they would have made all the guys with the hugest Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? Look at the thing of David. That nigga's linguine sauce is mad tiny tiny. You heard? But that was the truth. They were Everything was factual, actual. Even in the passing of, that's why I love sometimes Australian culture, because they pass their storyline via the word. So that's another amazing thing. They don't write their shit down. Everything is passed via the word, man. And that, to me, that's like, whoa. Like, everything has to be on point. You cannot add. I know human behavior. You cannot, change a story, or you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man. I dig it, man. I dig life, man. But yo, Mick, you're right, man. Egyptians were doing something. Yo, first of all, they were doing surgeries, brain, sewing you up. Uh, I remember there was a king that lost his arm, and they made the nigga a mechanical arm and shit. Like, crazy. Do y'all research, do y'all history, do your I love information. That's why I got these meta generation tools, because I just look at something and be like, meta, what's this? What's going on here? How long was this made? You know what I'm saying? That's why I like going to various events or things that are like, historical, meaning like they're trying to teach me what was going on or how the ways were back then. You know what I mean? But I think it is like idiocracy. The more we get towards the end or wherever we're going, the dumber we're getting. I think we were very smart back then. Remember time, everybody. If there's 24 hours in a day and sun hit at 6, 7, right? I mean, went down. A lot of these guys, women, they did every minute, every hour, every second, minute, hour, they were literally trying to figure things out. You know what I mean? They would put various pieces of mud, different type of elements out in the sun and seeing, oh shit, that made cement. Oh shit, that makes the mud harden. Oh, this could make bread with yeast. And yo, it's just, and I know a lot of things were like, mistakenly found, but a lot of things were found via just, you know what I mean? Um what's that? Like hypotenuse, you know what I mean? In science projects you gotta, try and keep trying and figure out, like, Is it going to change? Whatever scientific experiment you were doing, was it going to change, or did it align and stay consistent? You know what I mean? So that's what you I remember that in science. I forgot the word, man. Hypotheses. Yeah, Mick, what the fuck going on, nigga? Yo, hold that hug, Mick. I appreciate everybody. Para, you know what I'm saying? Ulysses, you know what I mean? We got, war order. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just, but I appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? But Mick, hypothesis. Hypothesis is you trying something over and over to see if you get the same exact results. Results. Remember that. So that's the beauty about life. Like a lot of these things that are founded today were just, repetition and figuring things out. That's why a lot of things are trash now because they don't allow, even cars. They don't allow the car to go through its phase of like, all right, let's test this car out. No, they're just trying to pump the shit out and let us be the test dummies. And I don't like that. Right? They didn't have time to waste. They was trying to understand. That's another thing, man. That's why I be telling people the things, the Book of Enoch, all those the Dead Sea Scrolls, them shits was they was not playing. They was writing what was happening, man. And yes, culturally, you know, there was a person that died. He rose in 3 days. He was birthed by a virgin mother. A lot of stories have that same um and not whatever the same storyline, let's just say. But when it came to sciences, that's why Egypt was big and Atlantis, y'all, all over the world. And yes, the world had people all over. They used to come to Egypt. A lot of Greek philosophies or philosophers will come. You know what I mean? One of your illest will come over there, and he had stories. Yo, walking the beauty. He said the craziness he saw. You know what I'm saying? But yo, they were traveling to Egypt and Egypt, Atlantis, somewhere in those two. It was the sciences. They had the Alexander Library, one of the, like, imagine you're reading books that were printed. Yo, they saved, man. Like, oh, that's why these rich folk know what's really happening, because they have all these ill books, you know what I mean, that were really, you know what I mean, hundreds and hundreds and millions of, like, it's just amazing. Yup, that's a fact, Mick. Why didn't you go live yesterday? I was waiting for you. I did. I did two lives, man. One live was at 8 in the morning, and I just did it like a 1-2 step. It was like a 20-minute joint, 10, 15 maybe. And then I did another live where I went shopping for my beautiful wife. I bought her flowers, chocolate, and she wanted. I remember she said, I want street chalk. So I was like, oh, let me get her street chalk. I don't know. You guys know what that is. It's chalk that you could write whatever. She wants to decorate the walls. But whatever she wanted, I got her. And then we got home. I went and got recaito, sofrito, tomato sauce, red beans, rice, pork chops, and I cooked from scratch. You know what I mean? Adobo. You put the oil, the salt in the water, you let it boil. Once it starts boiling, you put the rice in, let that motherfucker cook up. You got the beans with the recaito, sofrito. But yeah, man, I was doing my the diligence, and it was V-Day, so my time was well spent with my happiness, my wife. But random, Mick, you on the right path, man. I love this dialogue. We're gonna keep it up for another 15. But let me tell you, a lot of fucking cultures were getting theirs from Egypt. Egypt was like, how can I say, almost like Hong Kong or Tokyo. Like those places are so advanced it'll blow your mind. You know what I mean? But imagine going somewhere where you're farming, your crib is, and then you're like, what the fuck? And mind you, they had, those giant statues in Egypt. Like, I don't know what room they call that area, but yo, they got these things built into the fucking mountainside. These statues, and like the one that looks like a cat. Oh, yo, just I don't know, bro. It's amazing. What up, Pada? Once again, I'm here for you, man. But I love this dialogue right now because if you guys know, I read Viking lore a lot. I read Egyptian lore a lot. I just find it fascinating how some of those kings lived for hundreds of years. How they already were on it with the death situation. They had a ceremony that allowed the doors to be open so you gracefully went to the other side. And they were even messing with, can we bring him back from the other side? put them in another body. Can we do that? They were very big in these wild ritualistic you know what I mean? Like it's just beautiful. I could like yo, if they say if you had a time machine, I would love to see dinosaurs, but gosh dang it, I would love to see Atlantis and Egypt at its fucking prime, man. When and remember the peacefulness. Yes, they had slaves, but the slaves were living good. They had their little chunk of land, a little crib. That's all you kind of need. You know what I'm saying? But like, imagine just like your head is up. Remember, those buildings are tall. The Egyptian, those pyramids, immaculately constructed, huge. And that's another thing, the construction of these monuments. They got these they call them monolithic monuments, right? That these they have it in Washington D.C. It's like this thin thing that has like almost like a very thin uh a pyramid, but it's tall, right? Yo, they had these like how do they yo, and then they chiseled like stories or like it's just beauty, man. That's one of the places I would love to go is Egypt, man. Like, I don't know, like, but yeah, man, everybody's still in hip hop. My bad, I'm talking, you know what I mean, the way I'm talking. But like I said, I have random. I love, old school, just like culture, man. How they got together, how they lived, how they respected each other. A lot of the women were, huge. Cause yo, look, men will go into battle. Remember, Egyptians were one of the first that created the chariot. You know what I'm saying? They brought that shit back to the Romans. That's why they were winning a lot of wars because these niggas they would come with their spears and they're walking and all they hear is what the fuck is all this? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the those wars were fought with elephants and shit. Yo, random. Check this out. So that that movie 300 was real with the Persians had elephants and shit, right? So these elephants are coming. They figured out that elephants were afraid of pigs, so they would literally launch pigs either on fire or just release them and had the elephant mow down its own enemy. Like it's just beautiful, beautiful. Shout out 300. That's one of the illest movies I think. But yeah, man, my bad. I went on a little tangent. You know what I mean? I love motherfucking history. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's portrayed by the winners, but if you dig deep enough, you'll get the other side too. You know what I mean? But it's dope. A lot of people that you thought weren't real, Excalibur, motherfucking, you know what I mean? Just a lot of people that they claim, like I said, they was not wasting paper. They weren't wasting when they said a dragon, it was something that had wings and monstrous, you know what I mean? So just do your due diligence, do your homework. There was, creatures roaming this planet that, you know what I mean? That's what's up, Christy. Making lunch for you and the little man. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody rocking with the kid. I know I went on a little wavy, but that's how I do. You know what I mean? Xerxes was trying to finish something his dad started. That's a factory. And Xerxes was a tall motherfucker, bro. He was very tall. But yeah, man, all that shit was real, man. Everything they jotted down, like, and you know what's wild? They used to think Hercules was fake, right? Until they found a cave that had coins with his name on it, and his birthplace. Imagine that. Hercules, like the dude that yes, look, it's just like if years pass from now, you know what I'm saying, the way we describe Michael Jordan or you know what I'm saying, various, like Dave Bautista was, the strongest like who knows how, things will get a little bit distorted. But I still think a lot of these people, men, women were real. You know what I'm saying? They added a little salt bait to them, you know what I'm saying? But they did what they did. Nigga fought a lion. David Goliath was a real joint. All them joints was real. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they was not wasting paper, man. Maybe in the 1500s, 1600s, they were playing at that point, 17, 18. But even the Western days, man, everything is on point, man. There was it Billy the Kid? That dude was real. A young dude that just banging his gun out and you know what I'm saying, robbing and shit. But yeah, man, I dig history a lot, man. Shout out to Clint Eastwood, man. I just saw something random on Clint Eastwood. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He's an actor. He's done so many films, acted and directed. But yo, his car collection is diabolical, like good. You know what I mean? So shout out to Clint Eastwood. Nasty work. He's still ticking. He's still alive. You know what I mean? He outlived, some of your greatest rappers, actors, wrestlers. So shout out to Clint, man. He one of them ones, man. Dirty Harry, he did. You know what I'm saying? With the big 357, you know what I'm saying? Gran Torino on fire. Remember that? Yo, and he made that car. Yo, let me just tell you, he has a thing with cars and he puts them in his movies. So shout out Clint, man. You know what I mean? I know my shit. I do my homework. One of the illest shits was when I was younger. My dad used to watch a lot of westerns. Westerns was like a tie to like old heads, right? So I would see Bonanza, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. All those movies. Even what's the dude that they try to shit on his name after death? John Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them dudes, man. You don't know nothing, you sweet summer child. What do you know of the cold when the white walkers room? Yo, shout out Game of Thrones, man. Fistful of Dollars, Gunsmoke, Fistful of Dollars was low key fire. But yo, all those movies, like, were done right, and they really was telling the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? That them Western days. But yo, shout out to Taiwan, man. Today is drink Yender 24. Shout out to Yender, man. Holla at the Yender. Yo, thank you for rocking with me. Thanks for the thumbs up too, y'all. Y'all be making my shit every time you know what I mean? So I appreciate everybody rocking with the kid. We're just talking our shit on cultures, the mammoths, dire wolves, you know what I mean? Tombstone. The Yender. Yo, Tombstone was fire based on all real shit too, man. All those guys was real men, man. But yeah, man. Christy cooked the food well. I'm coming over to eat. Ha! Shut up, Pada. Do your thing, man. Thank you for rocking with the kid. I appreciate everybody. But yeah, man, Tombstone. Like I said, the good and the bad and the ugly. I don't know why I remember that. There was a scene where they're eating like soup from like a wooden. I don't know. It's just that time. You know what I mean? Chicken tendies for the little man. Hope you like it. Yeah. Yo, you such a great person, man. You such a great person, Christy. Word, man. But yeah, man, do your history. Like I say, there was fun times out there. Yo, Pack owner, what up, man? Shout out to the gay wannabe gangsters. Yeah, shout out to them. You supposed to put a shout out. But yeah, man. I appreciate everybody, y'all. We talking our shit too, man. And shout out Mick, man. Mick, we were having great dialogue, dog. I appreciate you. I appreciate Pac, Bada, Yendor. You know what I'm saying? Even my man's Ulysses, Taiwan. You know what I'm saying? Bada in the house. I said Mick, you know what I mean? Jason, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Christy. Yeah, Christy don't play. She'll get you out of here. Another one to see. Get him out of here, whatever. Just put him on or whatever. Nigga, I'm 43. I think I could smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? If I was younger, you know what I mean? Maybe, but yeah, man, I'm an old head. Let me have some things. You know what I mean? At least I'm not doing niggas is sniffing perk online. Thank you. I appreciate you, Pack. Block me, please. The faster, the better. The sooner, the better. You heard? But like I said, with the, within this amazing dialogue with everybody, you're always gonna have people that are like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I don't let my energy get to the, you know what I'm saying? Imagine imagine a loser bringing me down. You heard? Like bringing my wave down. Associated, nigga. What are you, the feds, nigga? Yeah, I'm associated with the gang of life. You heard? But I guess that's my time to be out of here because now the trollitos are coming in. But I appreciate everybody, Christy, Fada, you know what I mean? War Order, everybody, man, Mick, everybody that just supported me right now. We had great dialogue. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And yeah, Christy, eat up them tenders. Have a great lunch. And thanks everybody once again for rocking with me. Like and subscribe. If you sub to me, I sub to you. You know how that slogan go. And random. Thank you, everybody. We had a great one. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Christy. Good looking. I appreciate you, ma. Yo, have a good one. Wife, love you. See you when you get home. Mwah. Everybody have a great one. Happy belated V Day. Happy born day to fan bow. Happy, happy to everybody, man. And Mick, thanks for the conversation. Christy, thanks for being you. And everybody, salute, shout out. You know what I mean? You know how I does. And I appreciate everybody rocking with the kid. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's a fact. And you know how I do, just tranquilo. But I always appreciate you, man. Trust me, you're one of the greatest moderators. You know what I mean? You do your due diligence. And I can't wait till it's really popping with, you know what I mean? It feels like a gig. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I could cash app you some bread, but like I said, I appreciate everybody, you know what I mean, doing what they do and just the help, the support, and just the formation of our Voltron. We're gonna get big, we're gonna get strong, we manifesting out of here, we're gonna get in the algorithm. You heard? Nigga. And I'm going my hair, y'all. Look at that. Random. New York City in the crib, nigga. What up, Daniel? What up, Bob? Of course, the cooking is fire. Michigan, you know what I mean? They cook good. New York City in the fucking house. Shout out to Queens, Long Island, Staten Island, Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And Manhattan. Shout out to the five boroughs. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. That shit is tatted forever, y'all. I don't really show you my tats, but just look at them. Look at that monster. But yo, man, shout out New York City. Stand up, stand up. Word, man. Do I miss it? Yes. You know what I mean? Is this one of the greatest decisions in my life? Yes, it is. You know what I mean? But New York is it keeps you active, keeps you on your toes. There's a lot of shit going on. And if you keep to your business, you won't be bothered. That's the truth. You know what I mean? Just keep to yours. You know what I mean? Of course, you got, crazies on the train and shit like that. You got to maneuver how you maneuver. But yo, shout out Daniel, man. Thank you for rocking with the kid. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for watching my videos. You know what I mean? All you guys hold that heart. You know what I mean? And you guys do a great thing. You know what I mean? That's a factory, yo. I appreciate you, God. Here's a hug, my G. You know how we do. You know how we do, nigga. What up, man? Bye, nigga. But yeah, man, New York, there's a certain wave about it. I know we get a bad rap and shit like that. I know everybody thinks, we are the fashion, I feel like, we know our fashion out there. We have different weathers. That's why we go back and forth. So we could show you the summer line and then the winter line. Tim's up, you know what I mean? With the fitted hats, New York City all day, every day. And we have a little attitude because in order to survive in New York, you got to have a backbone. Um, and yeah, man, think about the survivors in New York. Niggas is paying three bands for a one bedroom, tiny little thing. Heat don't work. Shit is wilding. Um, but we survive, man, and we make it look good because once the summer comes out, you know what I mean? Yo, Christy, have a great one. That's my little time. Thank you for rocking. Daniel just got me hyped. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, Daniel. But Christy, you have a great day. You know what I mean? Take care. And you know what I mean? Great wishes and stay blessed. But thank you, everybody. Like I said, thank you, Daniel, for rocking with me. City that never sleeps. We survive here. We survive anywhere. That's a fact. I'm out here in California right now doing my best. You know what I mean? But that is a fact. If you could survive in NY, you can survive everywhere else. What's the time there? It's 11:04 at night where I'm at. Damn, Pada. So it's about 9:21 in the AM where I'm at. And if it's a 3 hour difference, 9, 10, 11, it's 12:21 where Daniel's at. But shout out everybody. I appreciate, you know what I mean? You guys stay strong, my G. I appreciate you, man. Yo, your energy is beautiful, man. Stay you, never change. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people, you know how New York goes, you know what I mean? A lot of sheep out there too, you know what I mean? But just stay on your direction and your line. And yeah, man, you figure things out. You know how it is, man. But bye everybody. Peace, bye. Hey, her name Adrian. Too much blue for the man. Yeah, man. I like blue. I love it. I love it. But yeah, man. It's wild because I just bought this sweater, but I had the jacket, had the hat, you know what I'm saying? And let's see the drippy. I got the black Calabasas, and then I wore my Jordans. You know what I mean? The rares. But yeah, man, blue's one of them colors. Like I say, it could go with beige, it could go with black, it could go with blue jeans. There's something about blue. I like a lot. I have a lot of black too, because black you can't tell when it's dirty. You heard? Are you going to give me a shout out? Alex Yo, what up, Alex? Yo, how you, Alex? I hope you're doing good. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you for the subscription. Thanks for the thumbs. Thanks for the support. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. I'm here. I'm here. I was just, responding to Cool Breeze. You know what I mean? Actually, it was Adrian, but yo, Brooklyn, stand up. What up, Cool Breeze? 710 in the building. You know how we get down. You know what I mean? But like I said, we cool motherfuckers, man. Hello, I'm a dolphin trainer from Nebraska. Shout out Nebraska. I recently started a squid farm. When my squids are very upset, do you have any advice on how to get them be happy? Squids, release them. Got him! $8, $8, $8, nigga. What up? Brooklyn in the building. 718 710 show, nigga. That's how it is, man. It's $8, $8. But yeah, Alex, I'm chilling, man. We good, we good. You know what I mean? But yeah, 100, man. The best way to make anything happy is just let them be. You heard? A lot of times we just like to be dominant on everything. 718, stay strong, man. Shout out Daniel, man. Shout out Alex. Yo, Cool Breeze, man. Bada, Adrian, or everybody, man. I appreciate you guys, man. For real, for real. And it's a cool thing that I'm having New York, you know what I mean, company, man. It's dope. I know is it cold out there? I know it snowed. I know it was a little crazy. But yeah, man, we know how to wear Sims, our coats, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. It's cool because you don't really need a car. You know what I'm saying? A car really is a luxury if you got one in New York. But the transit systems are pretty cool. The buses are alright. You know what I mean? Let's just say you could get around if your car is not working or if you don't got one. It's 34 degrees, but we chilling and we chilling for real. That is a factory. 34 degrees. And you know what's dope about NY? Go to a deli and you still got motherfuckers outside, with the L. You know what I'm saying? Like I love it, man. And yo, a lot of people just think that like everybody's trying to stir up trouble. We just trying to have fun. We just trying to live in a concrete jungle. Remember, they made that shit a concrete jungle factory. You know what I mean? So if you go to Brooklyn, you got Brownsville, Bed-Stuyvesant, East New York, born and raised, 470 Blake Avenue. Stand up. And you know what I'm saying? You just got various downtown Brooklyn, Bay Ridge, Gowanna Projects, Red Hook. You got the 30s, you got Sunset Park. You could go to Manhattan, you got Alphabet City, you got Uptown, Dykeman, Iton, you got Harlem, you got Lower East Side, Upper East Side. You know what I'm saying? You got West Fourth. You know what I'm saying? So it's cold as here, but I'm warming up. What up, King John? Shout out to King, man. Kim, that's what's up, man. Grown man, by the way. Never fold. What up, ba? Hope you're doing good. Stay blessed. I hope everybody has a great 2026, man. From me to y'all. You heard? Hold his heart. Blake in Pennsylvania. Stand up, Daniel. You already know, nigga. I was outside for real, man. Blake Avenue, it raised me, it gave me a lot of, you know what I'm saying, that that needed to be to survive, let's just say. You know what I mean? I don't support, no gangs no more, you know what I'm saying? I don't support people, but I do understand in New York when you're young, a lot of our parents are working, a lot of parents we don't have. So, you know what I mean? Brotherhood, we have a thing with our friends, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Lumino, my bad, what you say? But King Kim John, thank you, man. Never fold, thank you. Daniel, what up, man? Alex, I'm trying. Alex, damn, nigga, trying. Convert me into Mormonism. I'm gonna try, Alex. I got you. Here we go. One more time. Take one. No, take two. All right. But yeah, man, I hope everybody's having a great one. New York City is a place of it's a great place, man. A lot of history there too, man. Uh, rest in peace, my godmother, Twin Towers, you know what I mean? So you had the Twin Towers, you got the Empire State Building, they bought it from France, the Statue of Liberty, and it's all its green glory. You got the Staten Island Ferry, free 99, brings you back and forth from Manhattan to Staten, and I think they got one that goes to Staten and Brooklyn now. I don't know. I've always wanted to go to New York City. Yeah, man. If you have the time, if you have the bread, don't mind not flying. You could take if you're in the country, try to take a bus, try to take a train. You know what I mean? Save your money in that aspect, but get ready to spend because New York City is expensive. You know what I mean? But the cool thing is if you have a homie or if you know your ways in the streets, there's so many cool little Inuit like restaurants and no name joints that are just cheap and they hit the spot. You heard? Shout out the motherfucker. I mean, shout out the um what's that damn, shout out to what the hell is this chop cheese, shout out to chop cheese, man. Word, man. Lumino, go through, man. You know what I mean? I think Daniel will show you, you know what I'm saying, how to maneuver. You know what I mean? Shout out to all Gonzalez's, you know what I mean? Trust in the sinless blood of Jesus Christ against all our sin nature and against the invisible demons. Yep, in the visible air. Turn away from the sins as a practice and a lifestyle. Thank you, Freddie, for that one. I appreciate that one, man. Thank you. But trust Jesus in your heart, focus inwardly. Yes, Freddie. Yes. But yeah, Lumino, Daniel will take you, you know what I'm saying? We'll do then. Yo, thanks, guys. Yeah. Yo, Lumino. That's what I want people to understand. This channel ain't trolling. We just chilling. We just talking our joint. And it's just a lot of like cool vibes. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody. We're on the same energy. That's why, you know what I mean? Shout out to Chop Cheese at the corner store. Yeah, Daniel. What up, Goofy? What up, Derry? How you doing, man? Hope everything good in your life. You know what I mean? Stand up, stand up. Happy V-Day, belated V-Day to everybody. You know what I'm saying? My heart to yours. Hold that. But yeah, man, chopped cheese, man. Ain't nothing like, yo, I remember having like $5, $6. You go to the Chinese joint, you get 4 wings, pork fried rice, and the soda if you hit them during the lunch special. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Get the General Soul chicken if you want. If you one of them, you know what I mean? I'm trying, Alex. And how this nigga want to tell me? Yo, Alex, hold that, nigga. But yeah, man. Um, I just dig New York. You know what I mean? It was a fun time. Brooklyn was fun. Don't forget the bacon, egg, and cheese in the AM. In the AM, you heard? There's a lot going on in New York. And yo, when Daniel said the city that never sleep, you know what I mean? When everybody NYing, you know what I'm saying? Let me go down. Lumino, never fold, man. King Kim Jong, BDB, you know what I'm saying? And who the other one? Cool Breeze and Adrian. Yo, to everybody in the NY, man, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? There was so many fun times, fun, days going on. But yeah, man, it really is, you know what I'm saying, a city that you gotta survive in. But back to the city that never sleep, man. Them clubs don't close, you know what I'm saying? And there was always a spot to go to. That's the only thing I dig about it. You know what I'm saying? I always had good friends that let me crash when I was homeless and all that, you know what I'm saying, sad shit. But just got back from it. God dang it. I know it's fun, man. That's what everybody's saying. That's a fact, man. Thank you, Daniel. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Come back, Daniel, a few times. You heard? I promise. But yeah, man, I just stayed in the building for Daniel and a few of y'all. I'm lucky I did because I got my, thumbs up, like and subscribe, sub to me, share, do all that cool shit. Yo, do all that cool stuff and enjoy your life, man. Thank you for rocking with the kid. Look at my videos, man. I'm a fun dude, you know what I'm saying? I just like living and I appreciate life. And every time you take a deep breath, every time I wake up, I'm like, thank God, you know what I mean? But shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? Daniel, I appreciate you for real, your presence. It meant a lot. Thank you. Respect everybody, Alex, you know what I mean? I go down to Davy Jones, you heard? Lumino, Freddie, you know what I'm saying? We're going down. Never fold again. We got Kim John, Daniel, I'm gonna keep saying BDB, you know, And you know what I mean? Cool Breeze, Adrian, everybody, my wife, everybody, thank you for rocking. And I promise, man, it's gonna grow because I got supporters like you. And yeah, man, I'm just happy. So thank you, man. Shout out to y'all too, man. Thank you for being y'all and never change. Never be like them other goofies. You heard? You already know. But peace, man. Say dollar random. We out here, man. Have a great day, y'all. Stay up. Peace.